hear the voice of reason.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Tell It How It Is, No Filter. And thanks for joining me. I'm your host, Voice of Reason. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe, share, comment, and like on Voice of Reason NF. Thank you. I appreciate you. And I need to keep this going. I think I'm doing a very good job here, not to toot my own horn. And listen, I need the support. I can't hold you. Can't be done alone. It takes a village. You feel me? So I hope everybody's well. And I hope that you enjoyed your week, your weekend, and we back at it, right? Life is a repeat cycle. Enjoy everything that you can. Put positive to everything. It just keeps your morale up. It keeps your energy up. I know that's easier said than done because when it comes to grinding, that could get annoying and irritable. And I feel like when the weather's hot, you're more irritated about grinding. But I want you to take it into account that you should be grateful that you have a grind, that you have a way to earn. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's not as fortunate as you. And I know that the grind is not the prettiest all the time, but we need to be grateful for that because there's people that's worse. And you need to be grateful because there's balance in life. You know you got to grind. And then when you don't have to grind and you get the break, enjoy the break even more. But know that that break is to balance the fact that you're about to go right back to grinding. And that's all life is sometimes. Grind, break, grind, break. Enjoy both because they go together. And there's no real way out of that until you really figure out a cheat code or some way to earn without grinding, which I wish that for everybody, for sure. You know what I mean? So we're going to get going. And I want you to stay positive about that because it's possible for you. All right, so these things I came across, I didn't know that they even had names for these things. These are people playing games to me. Not to sound negative or rip, but you're going to hear this. Tell me if I'm late to the party or did you already know that these have names and you knew about this stuff? More women, I expect to say, duh. Light pull method. Technique in which individuals is trying to win back an ex or in general, dating where one alternates between showing interest, pull, and appearing less available or interested, push. We playing mind games here. Now, listening to this sounds familiar, but I didn't know that they really took a name for this. So the technique in which you're trying to win your ex back, I always feel like that is never a good thing. There's almost no case when you should be doing that unless you fucked up. And even if you fucked up, there might be a reason that y'all been behind that. And even if you messed up, so you trying to make right, it may never be the same again. This is easier said than done because people really be in their feelings and you can't tell people how to feel about a connection they had or a connection they thought was real. Even if they fucked it up, if they didn't fuck it up, whatever the story is, they sometimes just have that energy. Like, that's what I want. That's what I wanted. And that's what I want back. I don't care. It's like a little bit of stubbornness in there, but I just know I can't really see you winning with that strategy. This strategy is not effective to me. So go from the trying to win the ex back. Now it says in dating where one alternates between showing interest and appearing less available. A guy can't do that. I mean, I'm sorry. Maybe he can, but that's some feminine type of behavior to me. Maybe I'm being a little harsh. Why are we playing these games? Why am I even... Yo, I just had to break this down because I feel like this is a waste of time. It's not a waste of time, but it's sad that we have to really watch out for this. Because is there an age limit on this? If everybody's doing this of all ages? But showing interest and then appearing less available is very toxic, is very confusing, and you get the right cycle, you can get fucked up. I'm not wishing that for you though. Light pull method. Wow. So I would only even break this down as possibly supportive of this if when you show interest, the person's not giving you the same energy. So you're showing interest, but you're not getting it back per se on the level that you moving. So you want to appear less available, but you should just cut it, chop it then. Because what are you doing? You were doing that to see if they now get it, that they should match your energy. When once you showed interest, if they're interested at all, it's clear cut. You show interest, they have some, they return it. If you show interest and they don't, which means they don't have interest. So why would we wait to see if they develop interest? I just feel like it's a waste of time to me. Light pull method. Next one. Care Bear method. Individuals go brief no contact with someone they're interested in, then re-engage with them with a noticeably different communication style. So you're going to call this Care Bear and trick us, because I'm thinking when I see the word Care Bear is that they may care too much and you get smothered with love. But no, they go brief no contact, MIA, pretending to not be interested, and then what? Poof, they re-engage with a different way they communicated with you after what? Before the no contact, they were one way. Then they go brief no contact, and then they come back and act different. But what? That's the Care Bear, where they overly care. And I guess in the first contact before the no contact, there was not this overly caring. There was just regular medium. Like, this is all mental games right here. Like, I can't really justify none of this shit. But it's crazy that they got names for this. So let's do the 1 and the 2. So what was that? Light pull? Light pull, you want your ex back. I'm going to gear it more towards guys and girls on that one. This Care Bear shit, I feel like it's more girls and guys. You go brief, no contact, but guys still do shit like this too. So I guess the female version of this is, I don't know, to test his patience / interest. And if a guy does that, maybe he was just trying to have sex and it didn't work. So now he go no contact, and he think he could resurface and now see, or maybe he reassessed himself and said he gonna be more patient to get that sex. I don't know. All of this is diabolical though. But Care Bear method, that threw me off with the title, man. That's crazy. Next, I ain't staying on these long. I'm just putting you on, and there's more. Like TikTok, Instagram, I'm learning this stuff, and well, I'm not learning, but I'm like seeing these things and I'm tripping on them, because it's like, yeah, people have been these ways for decades and centuries probably, but to sit here, label it, and really narrow down, that's wow. This world is crazy. People are playing. Moral of the story, people play all day. Slick back method, where the pursuer adopts a less engaged or detached stance, prompting the other person. Sort of like Care Bear in a way. So I'll say more guys and girls on this, since we supposed to be the pursuer. So the guy makes an attempt. It goes wherever it goes or not go. Quickly he goes, all right, let's engage. So I showed you I liked you. What you gonna do now? But I said that like in the light pull method, that we're not playing these games. If I show interest and you're not interested, keep it pushing. What are we doing? I'm gonna show interest. You got to think about it. I show interest. I pull back, giving you a chance to redeem. What? These are people who are strangers? I mean, what is the history on them? I meet someone random. You a young lady out there, you meet a guy random. Y'all don't know each other. These methods are being used out the gate where we don't know each other? How is that going to work? That is very tricky for me. I can't engage. I gotta say, there's none of them I can really defend. And the Care Bear method one is the trickiest, because you making it seem like that's gonna be a good one. And like I said, there's more. I may dig up the rest of them, but I wasn't doing all of them in this segment. All right, that's it for that. How to romance your man. I get frustrated with this too, because I know I don't got to be in everybody's household. I don't got to be in everybody's business, everybody's relationship. I know men are not romanced at the level that they should be. Let me school you, sis. Simple. Watch this simplistic one. Find out what he likes. Let me give you an example. Sports, boxing. Be a sexy waitress. Get some lingerie. Wear an apron. Bring him food and drinks like he's at a lounge. When there's commercial breaks or halftime, be a little disgusting. Not the whole shebang bang, like a tease of it. Because y'all get to that later, the whole thing. But tease. During the little breaks of his sports. And support it. Let him yell and scream if his team is getting blown out. Or if his boxer is losing. Let him. Do that. That's an example. You ain't got to do that one. Find out what he likes. And incorporate disgusting. Incorporate the sexy look. Listen, this is not every day, but you shouldn't be sitting here and not being able to tell me the last time you was romantic for your man. When was the last time? Sit there and say life be lifing. Sit there and say he don't do it. He don't romance me. What are we, 5? Are we going to take a stance or are we going to just let shit continue to crumble? And fine. I'll defend you, ladies. Fellas, we got to romance our women too. We know that's a little more work, right? That ain't as simple as that. You find out what she likes, though. That's still the same first step. It's the same first step, man and woman. Find out what they like. But men got to do a little more research, a little more homework, and make it a little more convincing. It's always our job to do the more, right? Mostly. I understand. But, ladies, cut the crap. Sporadically do this. Not just when it's his birthday, not for the anniversary, not if he get a raise, not if he have some accomplishment he achieved and now you go all out. Try to incorporate this outside of that. I'm not telling you every 2 or 3 days. I'm not giving you a schedule. You know what I mean. Appreciation goes a long way. Outside of the romance, any text or interaction, letting that man know you appreciate him. Letting that woman know you appreciate her. No matter what. I know the grind sucks. I said that. We got to grind. We got to grind. We get 2 seconds off and got to grind again. I know the mood is going to be real tricky. It's going to go up. It's going to go down. Shit's going to irritate you. It's not going to be a pretty picture all the time. But when you dealing with, and it ain't just you, and even when it's just you, it's never really you because it takes a village, relationship or not. Even if you're not in a relationship, you have family, you have friends. Those shout outs, I appreciate you. Those check-ins, they matter. And that's all. I got more to rant about later about that. I got off subject a little bit with how to romance your man, but it's important, ladies. Make him feel special too. It shouldn't have to be like pulling teeth or pulling an arm. Let's stop playing and notice that he's important too and he should get some praise. Now, what can I do? Think about it. Women, men, both of y'all, for your partner. When's the last time y'all said, let me see, how can I make this person feel special? How can I make this person feel like I appreciate them? Let me really use my brain. What's coming up? What can I plan? Put this brain to use. Y'all gonna get a quick one this time. Are more people really in love or majority fronting for the gram? I'm the negative one. If I go, I think majority is fronting for the gram, man. You know what? I might have just helped those fronting for the gram if you listen to me and do the romance shit, because that could be part of the reason why it ain't real love. That's why the love really dissipated. You know what I mean? I want to say acknowledgement, appreciation, and this romance that I just gave y'all is a great recipe to prove that you can really be in love and it's not just fronting for the gram. It said picture's worth 1,000 words. We don't know the 1,000 words. We put the few words in there that we think based off what we see. I've had it in the past. I've been in situations where we just finished bumping heads and could come and go, cheese. You think that picture was beautiful, don't you? We just finished bumping heads. Or we go to take the picture, cheese, and bump heads after the picture. You don't know what's going on. You really don't. You can't just go off what you see, and it ain't really none of our business because that's their situation, right? But it was a question, so let's entertain it. I think a lot is fronting. You know what I mean? But I think it can change. I want y'all to get to real love, so y'all don't gotta be fronting. I just did a rant about bills and grinding and things that make you moody and all of that, but you still gotta consider the other person. So to put on blast, but still respected to an extent, the people who, men and women, who don't have kids, who aren't in a situation, you're probably selfish, right? A little bit. But you know what? At least you know it. Whether you really, you may not have kids for whatever reason. You may not be in a relationship for whatever reason. But at least in the same breath, you ain't, because you can't bring that. That's the point. You can't bring that to that situation, in either situation, being in love or having kids. So if you have neither, then I'm not going to allow you to be selfish and say that that's okay. But it's, at least you're not giving that to somebody else, that energy. So work on that though, because I don't want you to be selfish. Even you could still not never want kids and you could still just play the dating game or do whatever, but still get rid of selfishness though. That's not a good trait. And it's easier said than done. We all are a little selfish in a way. I know we all exhibit it at some point. So it will never fully be gone. But to limit how much of it, definitely. Because it's more criticism to the people with kids in a relationship and love that show selfishness versus the ones who don't. So that's why I kind of say, at least if you by yourself and you selfish, you kind of could get away from now. But you still should get rid of that selfishness. But easier said than done again, because we all hold that. But stop it. So to help y'all out with this really in love and stop looking like y'all fronting, romance, both parties do the romance thing. Both parties do the check-in. I don't care what kind of week you're having. I don't care what the grind does to you. Acknowledge that person. I appreciate you. Send a text. Let them know. I'm not telling you every day. I'm not giving you a schedule. Just be consistent. Do that so often. You know what I'm saying? It goes a long way. Be the therapist, even if they have a therapist. Put your shit aside for a sec. I know you want to feel that same way. Do you get that same energy and treatment? Then talk about it. But we're not going to sit here and dig deeper holes because, you feel like you don't get what you want. So you're not going to give nothing. So we just going to sit. And that's where the fronting for the gram comes along. So we both just not getting what we want, but nobody's saying nothing about it. We kind of need each other because we got to survive. We got these kids or we got these bills. We got this roof. So we just going to continue to front? No, let's talk about it and see if we can be mature and come up with a solution or face the reality that it's over. There's no fixing it. But in 2025, this fronting for the gram, the love thing, it's not cute at all. And it benefits no one. It's toxic even. So let's cut it out and try to address the issues. But you may not even have the issue. So the fronting for the gram might be a minor thing, meaning like a mini fronting for the gram because I don't really have issues. It's just a little bit of stuff like the acknowledging, the I appreciate yous, the romancing. It may not be big. It doesn't matter the size of the reason why you fronting for the gram. Let's get to it and try to see if we can resolve it so it becomes real love. And we know we don't have to question it. Some people are afraid to face shit. They just let shit rock and let shit rock and let shit rock. It's kind of like the doctor thing. Like if you got some type of pain or ailment, you don't go get it checked out. You just let it rock. You just let it rock. And then by the time you collapse or something, God forbid, they tell you, yo, you bugging. How long you felt this way? Why didn't you come here eons ago to try to address this? It sounds crazy, right? People do that in health all the time. They blame what? Not having coverage. Some people got coverage and still don't get checked. They still don't go get checked. That's the same thing in this front for the gram. They just sit in the shit and sit in the shit. Nobody say nothing. Go to sleep. Wake up. Pay the bill. Do this. It becomes like, yo, you hear the joke about people being roommates? That shit is real. Full-blown relationship. But technically, they look like they roommates. Because nobody's addressing nothing. Everybody's they just going about their way. Cut it out. Let's try to jump in front of this. Speak up. Speak up. Another positive energy you can use too is how many people got their parents or a parent. If you have your parents are alive or one of them is, you need to be checking in. That's a good exercise too. The same way you check in your partner and telling them, I appreciate you, I love you, is the same thing you do with your parents. Give yourself that assignment. So now that's you developing habits that's good. Yo, did I hit my other half? Did I hit my parents? It goes a long way. It goes a long way. Ain't no excuse. Don't let that grind get you so dark and out of it that you can't do these simple things. Because yes, we got to grind, but yes, we're supposed to have a life too. Because tomorrow's not promised. And I don't care what nobody say about accomplishments, especially us guys, and achieving and providing and security. You don't want to leave the earth just known for grinding. I don't. And I'm kingpin grinder. Am I not? There's more to that. There's more to your life story than that. So if you just acknowledge these things and put them in play and say, you know what? You may not catch it every day, every 2 days, every 3 days. I'm not bashing you for that, but create a memory bank that you got to do this through your week in a 7-day period, at least once, if you can. These things will develop the good habits, and now you don't got to front for the gram. You might really actually be in love. Get that love back. Fight for that shit. Now that you can do I wouldn't call it light pull method though. That you can win back. Not trying to win back an ex after the shit already a wrap. No. But this love that y'all not addressing, but y'all just still in it, you can fight and try to get that back. Try your best. I mean, everything ain't forever. I used to be negative and said nothing's forever. But, I'm being positive this time. There are things that can last a lifetime. So I wasn't really wrong saying that nothing lasts forever, because we won't last forever as, alive. But, things can last a lifetime if you put in real work for it. You can't control the other person. So even if you do your best and you listening to me right now, maybe your partner need to listen to this too. If you get everybody on the same page and put in that effort, they're both, a relationship, y'all both there to work, serve. You know what I'm saying? So it's not something that can be fixed on one side alone. So sorry to break it to you. If you have energy for this, but then you see your partner don't. Because suppose none of y'all was doing none of this. There goes the front for the gram. Y'all was just going along y'all way. And then now you watch this and you motivated and you start to do what I say. But they not. They didn't really need to see this. Like, energy should be matched if there's genuine. And that's what's sad about the world. Real quick before I close. It sickens me because that's common logic, common decency together as one. If y'all fell off, but y'all together, and one starts to show energy again, match. People be in their feelings and selfish a little, and it goes left, and it bugs me out because we are so easily swindled into negative than positive, because people say, oh, they match energy. Now, if some shit pop off, violence, cursing, whatever negative aspect, that energy is matched initially. Yo, you a punk. You a punk. I fuck you up. I fuck you up. Yo, fuck you. Fuck you. Yo, this shit is over. Fine, it's over. I don't like you. I don't like you neither. I sound crazy, right? Yo, how quick do people react to that? They react to that. Or do tit for tat shit. Tit for tat shit. Somebody cut somebody. Y'all cut you. That's how it go. Tell the truth. So how come this works negatively for that? But I want to see more if a positive energy is displayed. Do it the same way. Be quick to respond positively as well. The same way we do for the negative shit. We could complain a lot faster than rejoice. True or not? I'm just saying, take it, think about that. Think on that for a second. Let me know what you think about that. Yeah, I'm out of here though. Till the next time. My 3 P's. Stay positive, stay pushing, and stay progressive. I'll holla.
Huh.